Before I dedicate these spent blooms on Evelyn, I want to do this quick video to show you how many blooms it has this summer, and today is August 11. So the blooms that you see in the front right now, they're all Evelyn by David Austin Rose. So I'm going to move up a little closer. Evelyn is not a climber per se. It is, but it can grow like a climber in our climate, in hot climate. And I train Evelyn to be a climber in order to get more blooms out of her, and it just worked well for this area, for this bed. I have 3 roses in this raised bed, and I have not fertilized much at all. This summer I think I only fertilized, maybe last time that I fertilized maybe June or early July, somewhere around there, but since then it has been so hot, so I don't even feel like coming out here to fertilize. And these blooms have been on here for a few days because I have not come out here to look, and I don't water every day. Some blooms just open up and some blooms are older, so I'm going to deadhead some, but want to capture this video real quick before I remove all the spent blooms. But look at these, look at the colors, really lovely apricot colors. I don't detect fragrance at this time of day. And as far as the fragrance of Evelyn, some of you may have heard that it smells amazing. It smells similar to Princess Charlene de Monaco, which I have right next to in this bed as well. But to me, it has not been that strong, or maybe just my nose. I'm not sure. I will give it one more year. It is about 2 years old. It will be 3 years old next spring. And as the heat intensify, of course the blooms turn very light, turn to white. Going to deadhead as I show you the bloom. So that one is old. So the way people ask me how do you deadhead, so this is what you do. You just use your index finger to support the back of the stem, and then use your thumb to snap it. That's it. And you continue to do the same thing. And I am going to wait to prune. I don't know if I want to do light pruning for fall flushing yet, or I may just wait until spring to do spring pruning. Not quite sure. I have not decided. I guess it depends how hot it's going to get this month. But look, there are more buds here, and over here has like cluster of more blooms to open up. I cannot believe how prolific this rose is. I mean, in the first year it performed pretty well, but this year is even better as far as the amount of blooms that it has been pumping out in this crazy hot weather. And this rose surely loves our hot climate, and it is a heavy bloomer. I heard that it likes water, so I water a lot, like a lot of water this summer. Not more frequent, but when I do, I give this rose a lot of water. What surprised me the most about roses this summer is, as we all have heard, that roses are heavy feeders, which means that they need a lot of food in order to produce flowers, right? Since I have not done a lot of fertilizing, they are still blooming a whole lot, which is crazy. So maybe that myth is not quite true. I'm not sure, because I have not done much other than giving the water this summer, and that's it. No fertilizer of any kind for almost 2 months, and it is still pumping out blooms. And of course it has damages too, and like I share with people in my Facebook group, and if you are not in a Facebook group but you are looking for a community to join, I have Facebook groups called Growing Roses in Houston, Texas, that you can join as well. But if you don't want to use social media, then that's okay. Anyhow, it has thrip damages, as you can see, and normally this section of my garden last year, I don't remember seeing thrip damages. It's mainly like on that side of the garden that got hit the most, but this year looks like they're all over the place. Anyhow, yes, so this bloom right here is also Evelyn. This one turned to white, and it's also, I'm going to remove that one, and that's also Evelyn. Isn't that pretty? And the blooms don't seem to fry in this heat, but I mean it will take longer to get to that stage, but not like one day and it will fry, so which is a good thing, right? And for Evelyn growth habit, like I mentioned, I train it as a climber for a reason, for in order to maximize the amount of blooms that I'll get, so that I get these lateral blooms, lateral shoots, and then blooms all over the place. So this works really, really well, versus if I just keep it as a shrub rose, I don't know how many blooms I would get. So I thought I would just train it this way, and it works out fine for what I want to do. And back in the springtime, of course last year when we had the freeze back in December here in Texas, I thought I was going to lose it because it had a lot of dieback that I had to cut main cane really hard. And with climbing roses, you don't want to prune the main cane, you prune the lateral shoots, right? But I didn't have a choice because I had major dieback on Evelyn. Somehow it grows back, and this is grafted too, but the way I heard that for grafted rose, if you bury the bud union under, then eventually at some point it will become on root. So that might be the case, I'm thinking. And these are all the canes that it has. It is definitely a big rose, of course, if you let it grow this way. And some people will keep it as a shrub rose, but I prefer to keep it as a climber. Like I mentioned, I want more blooms, and as you can see, there are more buds like here, there, over there, over here, and then more clusters over there. So I should be able to enjoy more blooms from Evelyn over the next few weeks. And just right next to it, I have Princess Charlene de Monaco. This one has not um, have not suffered much. So basically the roses in this area, except for all dressed up back there, Evelyn and Princess Charlene, both of them do incredibly well during this tough summer. As you can see, the foliage is overall looking pretty good. There's some brown, but not bad compared to some of my roses over there. And this area right here in this raised bed, this area gets the longest hours of sun because the sun start hitting this area by 7 a.m. in the morning, and then it continues until I would say 6 or 7, so really long sun exposure. And as you can see over here, this is all dressed up, suffers more even though it's in the back, versus Princess Charlene and Evelyn over there that gets even more sun, about 10 to 12 hours of sun during summertime. So that's interesting to know which one withstands the heat really well and still manage to bloom well. Princess Charlene this summer has been blooming a whole lot. It has a lot of buds and flowers. However, they have been pretty small. This one is pretty, and since it is so hot, I don't get out here to cut my flowers like I used to last year. So last year, every morning I would get up so early to water, and that's the time that I catch that short period of coolness in the morning, not burning hot like this year, because by 8 a.m. it is already super hot, right? So I was able to cut new blooms and everything early enough. But this year, by the time that I come out, it's already open all the way, and the blooms just look like really faded and not very good looking. So I just let them on the bush. Oh, here's a baby lizard. How cute is that? I have a ton of them this year. And since we are in this area, my salvias have been blooming like crazy. As you can see, I have not pruned or done anything here at all, so they're kind of hanging off the raised bed. And there are some more over here as well. They go crazy, as well as zinnia. These flowers are so tough. They are great companion plants if you would like to add more colors, add something with your roses. They are definitely good options to consider. As you can see, they bloom all summer long, and I don't even have to buy new ones each year because they reseed. It would look like they die every winter, but then they will come back again the next year. So these I don't have to buy. Same as zinnias and basil, marigolds, and everything else in this bed. I don't have to buy a thing because all of them come back, and the basils get really big. Isn't that pretty? Since we are too hot, our weather is too hot to grow lavender, salvia is a great option to have. If you like purple lavender colors, flowers, definitely consider salvia to add to to your garden. So that's it for in this video that I want to show you Evelyn, and then this section of the garden today, August the 11th. I will see you in the next video.